In this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to make strokes or outlines behind any object or text that you want to put it around. You can make this outline any color, and I found this out from, once again, the source code of another person using the code of this from Funky Squad. That's the main person who made this, and I'm just redoing it. So whoever it is, credit to that person. But let's get into the video. So first I'm gonna make this in my deck that I publish to everyone, who you guys can use it and use all the assets and things. I still need to label it. So firstly, I'm going to do this on text, and then I'm going to do it on something else. So we're going to take this, leave it at tomato, honestly, and then I'm just going to make it white, choose a different font. You don't have to choose a different font. This works on literally every font, but I'm going to do it on this, and then we're going to press this button to duplicate it and make another one. But we're just going to make this black because I'm going to make the outline of this text black. And for this, we don't have to add anything. This is what we're going to add the stuff on. So firstly, taking text I got from the source code. Once we play this, it shows the outline for it. And that is because on the main text, it has this. So what it's doing here, it's making the property visible, and it's repeating detail times what is the amount you put down here. So it's going to repeat 12 times, and basically to make this effect, what it's going to be doing is it's going to be creating the same black text behind it, but in a 360 pattern around it. So the more times you repeat it, the more smoother the details and corners and edges are going to be. And if we look more into it, it creates this one, what is one level named 2, behind the actor at the relative angle and distance at 360 divided by the detail. So this division just makes sure that it creates equally around the object, so you don't have to have so much of the actual objects. And it's times the number of repeats finished, and the A and the D, if I just go into it, it just means angle and distance. So it's the thickness that is acting as the distance, and the distance is just the distance away from the text. That's how it makes a thickness. So if you make it like way too big, it's just gonna look very weird. And then the detail is just the times it goes around it. And if we look at the last bar, it's just modify rotation to create a rotation. So, and at the bottom here, 0.5 thickness and detail. This is basically what we're going to be recreating. So you can go on my castle page and remix or use the source code of this deck I'm working on now, because I give all the things I'm making for the tutorials for free. But if you actually want to know how to make it, then I'm going to do it now. So now to make this actually on the tomato text that we made, we're going to go in the white text, and we're going to say when this is created, it's going to repeat n times. And firstly, before we start this, we're going to make the 2 local variables that we need. What it's going to be detail, and you can name this anything you want. Just make sure you put the name of the thing allocated with that number in the actual code. We're going to say detail, and I'm just going to make it 15 for now. And then thickness, I'm going to make it 0.5. So now when we go back, we can say repeat, not 3 times, because we want this, the local variable is going to repeat that time. So we're going to say value of variable, and then we can say detail. So once we've done that, we're going to say just create a new actor. This is going to be the tomato text that's going to be our outline. What's text 2? Then we're going to say create behind this actor, and not create at a relative position, but create at a relative angle and distance. So let's start with the angle. So once we go into the angle, we're going to have to say multiply, then divide, then we put it in our values. So start the multiply, then on the top one, we're going to say divide over here. And then the first one is just a constant value of 360, and then 360, then divided by the value of detail. So then we're going to multiply by the number of repeats. What is going to be, we'd have to go here, scroll down to functions, the function section, then it will be here, number of repeats finished, and then we tap that. So now we got the angle, and now we're going to do the distance. Well, it's just the value of thickness, so we just do this. So once we've done this, this is the main hardest part, and then after this we just say it must perform the response. What is modifying the rotation to the actor that created it. What is pretty simple, we just say modify rotation to a constant number to the behavior property of the rotation of the character that created me. So now that we're done this is all we need to do, and then when we go into it, it'll show tomato having the stroke. To change the thickness, all you have to do is make it 0.1, then it'll be a very small outline, and then you make it 0.09, it becomes quite a thick outline. And for the detail, let's say we make it like 4. What it's gonna do, we can't really zoom into it, but what it does there on the corners, it only creates 4 repeats of the black text that I can put around. So it kind of has this type of look. And if we make it like, let's say 100, if you really look into there, all the edges are rounded now, and it's more rounded and stuff, but I usually go for 15 just because it takes the least resources and still looks pretty good. Like, you can barely tell anything is off from there. So now if you want to do this with any other object, you literally, it's very simple. You just take the same code, you copy it, and then you can get, like, let's say I want to make a stick man. So I'm just gonna draw him right now, and I'm gonna put feet and hands. So now all I have to do is put this on here, take away creating the text, we're gonna replace that later, and then for every object that you're gonna be doing this on, you have to add the variable detail and thickness, and then modify it to what you need to do or what you want. And this also works for animations if you set it up correctly. I'm gonna do that right after this. So I'm gonna make the thickness and all the stuff the same as I usually do. And we're gonna create another blueprint now, but make this blueprint black. Make sure it doesn't have any of the properties the white one has. Then we're gonna say create empty blueprint 6 behind the actor. And once we place this down, then as you can see, it has an outline. So what I'm gonna do now is just add a little animation to the stick man. I'm not really good at animating at all, so I'm just gonna do a little test. Okay, I'm done with my goofy animation. Once we play it, it's supposed to be a wave animation. Yeah, okay, that's kind of chopped. Anyway, so all we have to do is say play once on this, and we're just gonna recreate this with the animation put into it. So once we say that, we can put and make everything black real quick. And now that we did that, we're just gonna take away all the other code and say, well, let's say we're gonna loop it. I'll just change them both to looping, and now we just want to make this create the new actor that we said. Now when you play it, it has the stroke but still does the animation, so you can do this for anything you want to. And that's how you make an outline. You can change the color to anything. So let's say I want to make it light blue. After making it light blue, now the guy's outline is light blue. Next, so, oh, I don't know how you pronounce his name, but I also got that from mistake. So thank you guys so much for watching, and bye bye.